What is a right triangle? What is a square? And I'm just going to be asking different people for your definitions. Triangle. What do you got, Amy?
A triangle with a right angle.
Okay. Has one right. What does it mean to have a right angle, James? One right angle, and that what we're really talking about is a 90-degree angle. What are the other two angles going to be? Anyone remember the word you use? They're going to be acute. We're going to have two acute angles. Acute is anywhere from 0 to 90 degrees, right? So we have one right angle, but if it's a triangle, it must have what? 3 sides. And usually we call it a closed figure, okay? Because, do you agree that this is a right angle if I put like this, and I put this symbol, and this is 3 segments, right? But it's not a right triangle, right? So when we think about that right triangle, if you were going to draw a picture for me, you might draw it like this, right, where you have a 90-degree angle. Could the 90-degree angle be here like this, and something like that would be as long as this measures, right, 90 degrees. So it doesn't matter how it's turned. And if I'm thinking about my definition of a square, Sadie, what one thing you know about a square? Has 4 right angles. Also, what else do we know? Besides 4 right angles.
Who?
Asa, I'm sorry. 4 right angles, what else?
I don't know, all equal sides.
4 equal sides, right? Okay. And we also know from our last unit, right? If we know the area is equal to 25, how do we find the side? The side is equal, James, to?
5.
Yeah, square root of 25, which gives us 5, right? So if I know the area happens to be 36, our side is 6. If our area happens to be 100, our side would be 10. If I know the side is 12, what do I know the area is? Area equals 144. Okay, so we're going to use that today with your homework, the area and sides. We're going to go back and forth. So just like we did at the last one, if you know the area, how do you find the side length? You take the square root. If you know the side, how do you find the area? You square it, right? So 12 squared gives us that area, okay? So the top of the next page is what you need your scissors for. So if we read through this, you are going to use, we saw that the 1s make a right triangle, right? And the 2s made an obtuse triangle. Okay, so on the bottom of that page, or at the top of the next page, please write in for part 1. The 1s made a right triangle, the 2s made an obtuse triangle, yeah.
The 2's kind of like a right triangle.
What's that? Okay, they have to go to the points, right? So, like when Jacqueline put hers up that she made, she just had, trying to think how it was. So that was, picture if I was making a square, right? She had this square, and then she had this square, and then she had this square going off here. But they didn't connect at the point. So when you connected them at the points, they actually made an obtuse triangle, right? So what you're going to do now is this, second step. You are going to cut square 1 to cover the largest. Should you cut the green square? That's the largest. You're going to cut apart the 4x4 or 3x3. That's what you're going to use the tape for. Once you have your green one on the bottom, right? You need to cover it with the pink and yellow. Cut them apart, cut on the lines, and then try and do it with number 2. Use the tape for number 1, not for number 2. Okay? Questions?
What?
For the area of the two smaller squares equals the large one for square one. This is what I then want you to write down on that bottom part. Right here as we take a look at this. For the three squares that make a right triangle. So please write that. It had to make a right triangle. Ashton, are you able to write? We're on the bottom of page 2.
Yeah.
Okay. What we are going to write down is that the area of the two small squares, right, is going to be equal to the area of the biggest square. If the three squares don't make a right triangle, the pattern doesn't work. We saw that when we tried to go 9 plus 36. 9 plus 36 is never going to equal in square 2 64. But we found this. So this is in that box, and then right below it we are going to write this. Area, yellow. Area of the yellow. Our yellow was 16, right? Plus the area of the pink, which was 9, was equal to the area of the green. 16 plus 9 does equal 25. So these were my areas. What were the side lengths? The side of 16 is 4. The side, if the square has an area of 9, is 3. And if the square has an area of 25, the side length is 5. So if we know the sides, do the three sides add together? Does 4 plus 3 ever equal 5 when we just add the side length? No. But if we add their area, so it's always really important, you're going to always be talking about the areas, okay? So, once you have this written down on that last page of your notes, then page 24 in your homework, and I'm going to show you what you need to write down as you start on page 24. This is a much shorter unit. We don't have that many days of notes. So as we are taking a look at question 1, back on page 24. This is what I need to see on your paper. I need to see area A plus area B is always going to equal area C. For each question, 1, 2, and 3, you're going to rewrite this equation. It's an equation because it has an equal. So you'll do it by number 1, you'll do it by number 2, you'll do it by number 3. In number 1, what information do they tell us when we read the question? So if we look at number 1, they tell us the first piece of information, side A is 8 inches long. So right next to this little letter A, write 8 inches. Area A equals what? 64. So right below this area A, we're going to put 64. What do we know side B is? Side B equals 6 inches. So side B is our 6 inches, which means the area here is 36. So put area B. The question says we need to find the length C. I need to know what C equals. Could you add and find area C? right? Because, I mean, you have it right here. 64 plus 36, this is going to equal area C. Can you add those two numbers and tell me what area C is?
100.
It's 100. The area C is 100. I don't want to know the area of C. That's not the question. The question says, what's the side? So now we have to take the square root of 100. Square root of 100 is 10. That should be what you memorize. So you're going to tell me 10 inches. Circle your answer. Someone said, can I put it over here? Can I put side equals square root of 100, which equals 10 inches? Sure. But somewhere make sure you circle where your answer is amongst your work. Okay? So in your homework,